with the release of Gurguit in Vanguard 0, you might not need to run Grade 0 heal triggers anymore. Mainly because Gurguit can become a 21k base during your opponent's turn, meaning most of the time, both of their column rearguards can't touch your Vanguard. But that is just a theory of mine, whether you need to run Grade 0 heals or not. Ultimately, that will depend on you. But without further ado, let's take a look at the deck list. So as you can see, here's the list. So let's take a look at our main card of the deck, which will be Gurguit. So Gurguit says GB2. At the end of your turn, you can Soul Blast 1, Counter Blast 1 and look at the top 4 cards of your deck. And you may discard one of them into the drop zone. If you discard a non-trigger card, it gains 5000 power. And if you discard a trigger card, you will get an extra 5000 power. Meaning, if you discard a trigger, during your opponent's turn, this is going to become a 21k base, which is really good. But that's not all. The second skill says, when you strike on this unit, you can Counter Blast 1 to check the top 4 cards of your deck and Superior Call one of them to your rearguard circle, and that unit gain 2000 power. And also, like all the other G main grade 3 unit, on right it gains 3000 power as well. So this obviously will be your main Vanguard. I won't say this will be your main win condition, because this is a defensive card, and what it does is it helps you survive longer throughout the whole game. Alright, next, let's take a look at the starter we choose to run, which will be Rising Linard. I think that's how you pronounce the name, no idea. So you can either run this or Grade 3 Searcher, that will be totally up to you, but I do prefer to run this because it do help you get past defensive trigger on your opponent's side when you are doing multi-attacks on your turn. As the effect states, GB1, when you Superior Call a unit from your deck, you can put this unit to the sword and that unit gain 5k, and also the following ability, which is, when this unit attack hit the Vanguard, Counter Blast 1, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and call a card. But the main reason why I choose to run this starter is not for that skill, but for the 5k power. And of course, if you do choose to run this starter, there is a risk that you don't ride your Gurguit as your first Vanguard, so keep that in mind. Alright, next let's take a look at our grade 1. So no brainers, we will run 4 of our Strike Fodder, 4 of the Counter Charge PG, we run 4 Belliness, as it can help you make magic numbers on your rearguard columns, and a one-off card, 9k Attacker. You can play whatever you want because it's just a one-off card. And next for the grade 2, we run 4 Holy Mage. So this is a really important card because once your opponent is at 5 damage, the only way for you to make multiple attacks in one turn is by using this card. Because the rest of the card for you to make multi-attacks need to hit the Vanguard, and once your opponent is at 5, you can't really do that. We also run 3 Handlers. This is a really good card, but it's very situational because you can make 5 attacks with this card, as the effect is, when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, you can Soul Blast 1, Counter Blast 1 to look at the top 3 cards from your deck and Superior Call 1 to your rearguard circle, and this unit gain 2k. And also do keep in mind, it is a GB1 skill. We run 3 Chocolate Attacker. I do want to run 4, but I don't really have the space for it. The Chocolate Attacker is really good for you to make magic numbers in this deck. And also we run 3 Safil, I think that's how you pronounce the name, no idea again, as you know me, I always suck at names. And the main reason why you run this is because this deck uses a lot of Counter Blast and uses a little bit of Soul as well. And this is the perfect card for this deck because it gives you Counter Charge and Soul Charge once it's Superior Call from your deck. And next for the grade 3, I already explained Gurguit, so obviously you need to run 4 as it will be your main grade 3 right target, and for the rest of the grade 3, they will just be Chocolate Attackers, because you don't really want to run any other grade 3s that have Vanguard effect, and the best grade 3 for you to run is on rearguard effects. And I do notice that Chao-K make perfect numbers in this deck, because a Chao-K with this 7k once it's Superior Call, you can give a 2k to the grade 3, and it can make a 21k column. And also if you notice, I don't run the heal trigger grade 0. The main reason for that is because I don't really want to draw them in the early game because it might be really clunky since this deck relies on rearguards, and you do want to be aggressive in the early stages. And I just don't think that it's necessary because most of the time your Vanguard is going to be 21k, and when your Vanguard is 21k, your opponent is going to be dealing 1 damage at a time, meaning you are going to have a lot of time to try to close the game before your opponent finish you off. And if you remember, Gurguit skill says GB2, but there is a way to use the skill the moment you strike, and that is using this card. So Rising Shine Dragon, will be your first ride in this deck, because you get to flip a card from your G zone face up, meaning after you end turn, you have GB2 straight away. And also this allows you to make multi-attacks, as the effect is, when this unit attack hit the Vanguard, count +1, turn a card in your G zone face up. It doesn't have to flip itself, you can flip any other cards in your G zone. And look at the top 3 cards of the deck and call 2 cards. So with this card, you can potentially make up to 5 attacks, or at least 4 attacks. Next, we also run 2 Campbell, because once you go into your Rising Shine Dragon, most of the time your next strike unit will be him because it doesn't need Counter Blast. You do want to save as much Counter Blast as possible for your Gurguit. So this effect is pretty similar to Rising Shine Dragon, but it only allows you to call 1 card instead of 2, but you get to look at top 5 cards. And also the unit that you call gain +2k. We also do run 2 Spearcross Dragon in case you face off against deck that can retire your whole board, like Gear Chronicles or Narukami, because you can just flood your board back again using this card. And also we play the one-off Clear Elemental Messiah, mainly against Link Joker, and 1 Point Dragon, because in case your opponent is at 5 and you want to strike, this might be a good card for you to make your rearguard power bigger. And yeah, this pretty much sums up for the deck list. So this deck is really simple, you just want to rush your opponent down as quickly as possible, make multiple attacks, and this deck is good at doing so because of Gurguit, as you can be a 21k base power during your opponent's turn, meaning you don't have to focus on defense but just focus on offense instead. So this deck is pretty unique because there's many ways to build this deck. You can play a heavy stand variant where you play Vivian or units that allows you to Superior Call when you attack hit the Vanguard, and you can also play cards that once it's placed from your deck you can draw a card, stuff like that, and many more. And also I do forget to mention the trigger lineup will be 7 draw 2 stand for heals. I do decide to go for 2 stand and not 9 draw because if you play too much draw you might just deck out, and running too much stand the early stages of the game you might not have enough resources to rush your opponent with. That's why I do decide to go for 2 stands. And I do like to know your opinion on this deck in general. Do you think running 13 grade 3 is a good option, or do you think I should play more stands? But maybe before you decide on that answer, you should watch some gameplay first, which is why we should jump ahead to game number 1. Okay, look like this game is gonna be a mirror match, but it might be Acer, so let's see. So cards you want to keep in your hand will be Gurguit and your grade 1 Strike Fodder and an extra grade 1. Because you don't run a grade 3 Stasher as your starter, you just want to make sure that you have ways to find your Gurguit, so your Strike Fodder is the main way. And you don't really want to keep him because it's on place effect and this hand is pretty solid. Dragon Iron Gurguit is not that bad because it is something you can use to strike with. Okay, look like it will be... okay, it's not a mirror match because that is an Acer grade 1. Okay, this hand is pretty solid, and because we have an extra grade 3 in our hand that we can use to strike, I'm gonna call my grade 1 Strike Fodder and be as aggressive as I can. Okay, a defensive trigger, that's fine. Can we get one? We did get a stand. I mean, the trigger is good, but the stand is bad. But I'll take it because we did manage to push 2 damage in 1 turn, so that's pretty good. And you don't have to worry about your hand size being low, mainly because when you strike, you can Superior Call 1 card, and you don't have to defend. And you don't have to worry about your defensive cards in your hand as well. So sometimes I won't even keep PG in my starting hand. And look like he's an Acer deck that is playing maybe 9 stand, no idea, but he's playing a lot of stands. Okay, so here we can either call full board out or save our Holy Mage, because this is a card you want to use on when your opponent is on 5 damage. So I'm calling this down, that's for sure. we do have a lot of trigger left in our deck. A solid 9 triggers. Okay, I'm gonna play it safe and just swing like this. I know I do play 10 trigger, but we only have 1 in our deck, so the odds of us checking is not that high, and we did get a trigger, so maybe we should have called another grade 2. But since he did get a defensive trigger, that wouldn't matter either way, so I think it's fine. And here comes Gurguit, okay. So he's playing Gurguit with Azer. That is very interesting. I've not seen this combination before. That's the first. Okay, to be honest, we might win the game without even using Gurguit GB2 effect because of how aggressive we are. Alright, so let's go into our Rising Shine Dragon. I want to use Gurguit effect because I need an attacker that can attack with without boost, and the 8k is something I can't do. So I'm gonna call this down. This is pretty good, you know why? Because this is a 21k column. Okay, I will just call a column now, although I might just retire this column when my Vanguard attack hits, because I want to make another attack. Ooh, a stand. A stand here is not that great, but we will take it. And a heal, okay. The defensive trigger doesn't really matter because we can still hit through his Vanguard. And the bad thing about this card is you have to call 2 units. And I'm not going to use my starter skill because it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to swing. And I could call another card for my deck, but there's really no point in doing so because I'm not going to hit through 21k. If he's 16k, maybe I will call since I have my starter skill to gain an extra 5k. But 21k, I'm not going to hit through that, so I think I'm just going to swing like this and pass. And I am going to use my Gurguit skill because you want to use it as much as possible. And I'm going to discard a grade 3 so that I become 21k. Alright, it's looking pretty good for us. We do have 2 PG in our hand, so we don't really need to worry about him closing the game this turn, even though I don't think it's possible. But the annoying thing is it's going to become 21k when it's our turn next. But I think we might be able to beat through 21k. We will see next turn. I do have a play in mind, but I'm not going to say it out just yet. Okay, play Blaster Blade Spirit as well. That's pretty interesting. Maybe that's a good card to run, but we don't really have space to run any other grade 2, to be honest. The stun trigger is fine, I guess. He can't really hit through my Vanguard either way, so it's fine. A heal, okay. A wasted heal, but it's all good. Because I'm pretty confident we are going to win this game. Okay, he did get a grade 2, so that's pretty good for him, but he only has 1 card in his hand. So can he survive? Okay, he has 2 cards now. So can he survive our attacks? And also he must get a trigger from his top 4 card. And he did not get a trigger, okay. That's pretty bad for him. So we are going into our Point Dragon, because when Superior call a unit from our deck, it gains 5k. That means it can beat through the 16k power from our opponent's side, or even potentially 21k. And am I gonna use Gurguit? I'm thinking. I don't think I need to. I don't need to do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna call this and this. So like I say, Holy Mage is really good because it is the only way to make 4 attacks when your opponent's at 5 damage. A heal doesn't really matter, to be honest. Okay, so we swing using the skill. Ooh, we can do it again. That might be a good idea. That might be a good idea, guys. Okay, we're not gonna use our starter skill because there's no reason to do so. And I'm gonna swing. And I'm gonna use the skill again, in case that is a PG. And we're gonna call a Grade 3 to replace our Grade 2. And then use our starter skill to make sure... Wait, I don't have to do that, right? Let me think. Yeah, there's no reason to do that because it can still hit through his Vanguard. Okay, it's a PG, wow. Okay, and we swing for little damage. And that's game, I guess. Right, no heal please. Okay, GG, well played. And game 1 go to us. So it's that simple. So like you see, I can make multiple attacks with Holy Mage. But I got lucky since I get another Holy Mage, but there is another card we can get that can make us 5 attacks, which is Henriness, that we run 3 copy of, and that is the reason why we run him in the first place. Alright, I'll have 2 more games, hopefully we can win those, otherwise it's all good. And yeah, I'll catch you guys there. Okay, against Mega Clone, that is a very rare deck. You don't see this very often, to be honest. And in fact, it is my first time facing off against Mega Clone in the G era. So I'm really intrigued to see what it can does. So this hand is pretty solid. Even though we don't have Gurguit, but we do have our Strike Fodder that we can search Gurguit with. So I think it's fine. Unfortunately, we draw into our stand. And the reason why we run 2 stands is because the less you run, the higher odds of you not checking in the early stage. But we did draw it either way, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so it's playing Machining, which is probably the best build in Mega Clone right now. Okay, so I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna discard my Grade 3. Although I do need to find more Grade 3s so that I can strike on my turn 4. And I have honestly no idea what the card he's playing does. All I know that they can paralyze my units and my Vanguard, so that might be very scary. A draw, that is really good. That's why we ran 7 draw, because of times like this. And we did draw into a Grade 3, which is good as well. Okay, this hand is really solid. I'm not gonna play around my heal trigger or my stand trigger, because I want to push as much damage as I can. Again, this deck you want to be aggressive. Okay, no defensive trigger for him. Okay, that's really good for us. He's going to fight straight away right now. Okay, that's good. But the only downside is we can't go into our Rising Shine Dragon because it needs to hit the Vanguard. So if you check heal, I wouldn't be too upset about it. Oh no. Oh no. No, I just realized. Maybe we should have not right Gurguit because it's gonna paralyze my Vanguard right now, right? Yep. That means I need to ride a grade 3. Or I can't even strike because if I strike, the strike unit is gonna be paralyzed either ways. That is not good. Okay, he did check heal. So the only way for us to win is to top deck another Gurguit. This is tough. Holy crap! Do we just do it? Did we just top deck it? Okay, so you ride, right? You ride. And then we shrine. I can't believe we actually top deck it. And no worries, we have no hand, no field, we can just Superior Call them from our deck. No worries at all. Okay, I think I want a grade 2. Oh, this is solid. Yeah, I'm going for this, I think. Gonna counter charge and soul charge. I'm not gonna use my starter skill. Again, you don't want to use it unless you have to. Alright, let's see what we can Superior Call with our grade 4. Hopefully we can make 2 more attacks, but it will be tough. It will be tough. Because we are only looking at... Whoa! Wait a second. Wait a second, that stand might come in clutch. That stand might just save us. Okay, so I'm gonna call 2 cards. Calling this 2 is solid, it's fine. You can still hit through his Vanguard. Okay, 2k will give to my booster and my grade 2. Not using the skill. Okay, gonna swing again. And another swing. And I'm gonna use Holy Mage skill. To call a grade 2 down. And then use my starter skill. Give it plus 5k. Okay, looking pretty solid. Okay, do you have another guard in your hand? He does, damn it, so close! So close guys, so close. Okay, we're gonna use our Vanguard skill, doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna discard I'd rather have draw trigger right now to be honest, so I discard heal. I think discarding heal is the better choice. Okay. Sadly we can't close the game, but it's really close. It's really close. Because it's gonna paralyze my Vanguard again. And then what? We can't do anything. So we have to get draw trigger in our damage check. That machine is really good and scary. Paralyze on Vanguard? Jesus Christ, with only Counter Blast 2? That is really good. I have no idea machining is this good. And I really do think that I'm gonna lose the game. Because the only way we win is on our previous turn, but we failed. And we have no rear guards, so we might just need to pass a turn. Ah, he checked another heal trigger, and I believe that's his last heal. No, that's his. Yeah, it is his last heal. Damn it. This game is really scary. We can shrine, but there's really no point, right? There's really no point in shriding because I can't attack. So I'm not gonna shrine. I'm just gonna pass my turn and use the Gurguit skill again to become 21k. Because the good thing is his Rearguard can't touch my Vanguard. I have no idea what it does. I think it's a Legion that can paralyze your Vanguard. Is that it? I have no idea. Let's see. If it is, we are screwed. And it's gonna return all 4 heals. Yup. Wow. Okay, we are getting wrecked here. I mean, as long as you don't check heal right now, it's good because you're going to fight and he can't heal if he's at 4. But he did check the heal, so good for him. Okay, the draw is really good. The draw is really good. And if you take a look, we are decking out, so this is bad. Let me see my deck. Okay, I'm going into this because I want to make multi-attacks. I'm not going to use my on-strike skill. Okay, let's just attack like this. Soul Blast 1 is fine, we have a lot of soul to work with. A heal, okay, I don't really want a heal to be honest because we are gonna deck out. We can call this Great Tool, so hopefully make more attacks. I think it's worth the risk. Let's go for it. So I'm hoping my opponent don't get a defensive trigger, otherwise my right column can't hit his Vanguard. He did get a heal, okay. Okay, this is bad. We can't hit through his Vanguard, we are only 25. That's not looking good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are dead. Because we are gonna deck out. And we only have 1 Grade 2 left. And a Grade 3, so only 2 attackers. But the 8k is not really an attacker, unless it's Superior Core and give it power. But let's see what it does. Okay, this dude is gonna Legion again. Yup, I don't think I can win. Unless somehow he have no PG, no heal trigger in his hand, and no Grade 2. I think that's the only way we win. That machining is really good, and I feel like building it right now after playing against him. And you have 2 Grade 2s, okay. I'm not gonna win this. Am I? And you check another heal! No! No, we are gonna lose! Yeah, I don't see how we win this game, we're just gonna deck out. So I'm just gonna concede here and move on to the 3rd game. Yeah, really nothing much you can do, guys. You can hit big powers, but against deck like his, they can paralyze our Vanguard, and Legion recycle his cards, recycle his trigger. Over time, we're just gonna deck out. So this is another con about this deck, is that if you drag too long, you are gonna deck out if your opponent can survive all of your aggression. And yeah, let's move on to game 3. Alright, so our last game will be against Shadow. And Shadow is probably a really good deck right now. I'll say tier 1 maybe. And this one is pretty good. We got our main Grade 3, which is Gurguit, so that's good. But the bad thing is we are going first. So again, if you're playing this deck, you do want to go second. Most G decks want to go second, to be honest. Besides Shadow want to go first, in my opinion. And drawing a great one is not too bad because we can push for 2 damage. Hopefully, if you don't get a trigger here. Okay, that's good. A draw is fine. Taking damage to draw 1 card, sure, go ahead. Okay, it's Attitude, that's really good for him. If you have a Nimin, then we'll be punished for pushing 2 damage. Otherwise, I think it's okay. Yeah, I don't think he used his Blasted Up a B skill. And the trigger here is really good because it shut down 1 attack if you don't get a trigger here. Yep, pretty solid, pretty solid. But we do need draw attacker to push 1 damage. And we did Druid, but it is a holy mage. I'm just going for it. Because again, like I said, you want to be aggressive. And we do play stand, so maybe you can check it. Nope. But the draw is not too bad. But having 2 PG in our hand is not that great. Normally, having PG is good, but in a Gurguit deck, it's not great because you're not going to really use your PG until you go into your turn 8 or turn 9. Since your Vanguard is going to be 21k base. Okay, Green Recruiter, so maybe he's gonna push us to 4, we will see. Oh, he called a huge trigger down. Okay. Did he just run out of grade 2s or what? That's interesting. And that's 2 PG down for him. Just check 1, and another one is in his damage zone. Oh, okay, okay. Is he gonna call 3 Sword Breakers? If he is, then he should have used his Judge Power skill and not draw first. Let's see. Okay, only 2 Sword Breaker, but that's fine. Because they have no grade 2, we can be very aggressive. Alright, so same as always, your first strike will be your Rising Shine Dragon. And let's see what we can get. I would take a grade 1. I think a grade 1 is fine. You know what, I think I'd rather take a 10k, a 7k grade 1 because it become a 9k booster. And I think a 9k booster might be a little bit better. As this will be a 21k column. Okay, let's go all in here. Hopefully he don't get any defensive trigger. Okay, good, good, good. I need a draw, please. Okay, no trigger, that's really bad, please. Okay, good. Good that he didn't get anything. Otherwise you'll be in deep trouble. Okay, a grade 1 and a grade 3, solid. I think I'd rather call my stand because I 1 card draw. Nope, nope, nope. Yep. And then use your starter effect to give 5k to the grade 3 so that it can hit your opponent Vanguard. Okay, another hit. Can you survive? He did. Okay, he did drop all of his heal, which is really good for him because now he can Legion back all of his heal trigger. And I'm gonna use my GB2 skill, of course. And it's got a stand trigger. We don't have a choice. It is the only trigger. And this also means we have no more stand trigger. Let's just hope we can get a draw in our damage zone. Because only 2 PG, we can't strike. It's not looking good. And I'm pretty confident he's gonna check heal since he have double twin drive. Okay, he only has one grade 2 in his hand. That is interesting. Does he have a grade 3 hand? No idea. All I can only pray is he don't check you. Okay, we did get a draw. That's really good. And into a grade 3. Awesome. We can strike now. Thank God. Thank God. And if we can somehow get Holy Mage, we might win the game. Unless you check a heal trigger, of course. But I think it's okay because we can just use Campbell to get another attack. Not using my on strike skill. So here, I'm gonna call this here. Not using the skill, and I'm gonna call this here. Yeah, I think it's okay. You know what? Do we really need to keep our grade 2 in our front row? We don't have to, right? Because our Vanguard is going to be count 21k either ways. And I want to Superior Call something that can hit through a 21k base power in case it gets a defensive trigger. And we do have 2 chocolate attacker and 1 grade 2 chocolate attacker. Yeah, I'm gonna play the safe approach here. And overcall my grade 2 and not grade 3. Okay, no trigger, that's really bad. Okay, didn't get a grade 3. Either ways. I'm gonna call this. And we're running out of time. Jesus Christ. This is bad. No, I'm not using any skill. I'm running out of time. Hurry. Okay, yeah, all the PG in the world, I guess. Alright, we tried. Hurry up, I'm running out of time. Discard my heal. Okay, good. Whew. Somehow I managed to get everything on time. Because if you run out of time, it's not going to trigger your GB2 skill. And here comes another Phantom Buster Abyss. This is tough. Doesn't matter if you retire my grade 2 because I'm 21k. Yeah, this is not looking good, boys. I don't think I can win because I only left 1 Holy Mage, and I'm pretty sure I drive check it, so it's in the bottom of my deck. And I'm also pretty confident he have at least 1 heal or PG in his hand, and another grade 2, meaning I can only do 1 damage next turn. And also he have double twin drive. Okay, that is not a grade 2. Maybe we have a chance. Maybe. If he don't get a trigger. Okay, he did get a trigger, so I guess we lost. Oh well. Do we have any more heal trio? We have one more heal, okay. But even if we did get the heal, I still think we are gonna lose the game. Because we have no cards in our hand and no front rows. Okay, sadly, we lost the second and third game, but I do hope you guys can learn something out of my gameplay, as that is the main reason why I made this deck guide video in the first place. And yeah, I guess this concludes the whole Gurguit deck guide video. Same as always, do make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts about this deck, or this deck list in general, or ways that you think I can improve this deck. Because like I say, this deck is really unique and you can have multiple builds with this deck. And I'm not saying my build is the best. This is just a theory of mine. But yeah, do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And this should be it. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for next video. Goodbye.